Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the marijuana sector. So honestly, not a whole lot to say besides the word free fall. We're in free fall and we are going to bounce when the S&P 500 bounces, and we're going to look for a daily lower high when that bounce takes place. It's a bleak outlook for bulls. Bears are going to be waiting to short daily lower highs in both the S&P 500 and this sector. And we closed near the lows on a lot of names, and we don't have supports on a lot of names. I exited Cron pre-market when we saw the weakness and the break of the double bottom of 514. So ate those losses real quick. And now we don't have much support to even be looking at on our major names. So we're at 1092 on CGC, looking at 984, 10 psychological, and then 984 as two levels. The weekly RSI is only just getting oversold. And if we look at historical levels, it's dropped down to 25 in the past. Cron broke its key support. So joining the others after holding on a bit better. Again, when the market bounces, the interest I would have would be Cron and IIPR still, but there's no bounce in this sector without a market bounce. So next support level here for Cron, we're looking down at 4 psychological, pretty much, APHA. Again, these previous price levels don't matter because it's not like these previous price supports are going to hold if SPY keeps dumping. So we're in a scenario where we said it multiple times where we were weak in this sector and the market was at all-time highs, and we kept speculating what happens when the market consolidates. Well, this is a bit more extreme than market consolidation. We are in absolute free fall, and this sector was positioned extremely poorly for that. So we have an absolute exodus from this space, and I want to say it again, trying to catch penny stocks in free fall and playing against that trend, the odds of you being successful doing so are very low, and this is coming from a full-time trader who loves playing oversold bounces on names in free fall. This is a different scenario. So we're in a black swan type event in the market right now, and this sector is getting absolutely demolished. Some of these companies are going to go out of business and their stock prices are going to go to zero. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen. Some of the names are going to survive and their stock prices will slowly recover over the next few years. Maybe quickly at some points we will see recoveries, but it's a long road ahead. And I personally will be on the sidelines for a lot of that road because it's going to take a lot for any hype to return to this sector. Give me some kind of massive changes in the US and I'll get back into that hype and euphoria. But without it, not interested. So hourly downtrend is our guide. Any bounce is just an hourly lower high. APHA, we can bounce, and if we do not break 249, we can bounce 10% tomorrow and still be in an hourly downtrend. So yes, there's going to be 10% bounces fairly often over the next month, in my opinion, in this sector. But don't look at that 10% bounce and say, oh, I could have made 10% there. Yes, you could have made 10% if you nailed the bottom and nailed the top, and expecting to do that is not high probability. ACB is down hitting the 60s today, 60 cents, after being up at $12. TLRY, all-time lows continue. So again, there's not really anything to say. Everybody's in an hourly downtrend. Everybody's breaking daily supports. I guess VFF has enough of a bounce to be looking for an hourly higher low to try and form into tomorrow. You could say we changed the hourly trend. But again, if the sector doesn't bounce, VFF isn't going anywhere. So it is stronger from the open today to the close. It's holding on a bit better than some individual names. Lab free fall, close at the low of the day, 4 out of 5 days. VLNS, gap down free fall. Even the names that were holding up well, free fall. IIPR, the strongest name in the USMJ sector, all out dump. Nobody is immune to this kind of fear. Curaleaf, I'm assuming that's an end of the day pump, and yes it is. We know those usually don't last but at least it gives the bulls some space to work with after hitting all-time lows today. CWeb is testing its all-time low of $7, or make that $5, double bottom at that level. TRUL, all-out dump on high bear volume to all-time lows. CL, GTII, IAN, HARV, same story. So, quick video today. There will be enough to update when we have a market bounce, and we'll be able to say, okay, how does the correlation of this sector now look to the S&P 500? We know it's been a bearish correlation for many, many months. Are we going to be able to bounce more? When we dumped in 2018 at the end of the year, we had USMJ names go 100% on the bounce, where obviously the S&P 500 didn't do that. We're in a much different market environment. It's going to take a lot to regain any trust in this sector. That's why I think it's going to be a slow, long road ahead. This isn't the kind of thing where everybody's just saying, all right, well, as soon as the market bounces, the MJ sector is going to be back at it. The MJ sector had a lot of issues before this dump happened, and this dump is only magnifying them. I'm interested in IIPR because, number one, it's an REIT, it issues a dividend, and number two, its business model benefits from MJ companies struggling and needing cash. So curious to see if IIPR can be one of the better bounces when the market bounces. That's why I have focus on IIPR and Cron. But that was my one attempt on Cron. Took that small loss, and that's just me patiently waiting, finally dipping my fingers in, and the water is too hot. Not ready yet. And it's also the point now, at this point, is these instruments in the S&P 500 are moving so significantly. I mean, SPY was down 10% today, 9.5%, which means there's leveraged ETFs with huge liquidity and volatility going 20 to 30% in a day. So if I have an instrument that's trading hundreds of millions, or if not billions of dollars, very highly liquid, why would I want to be trading the MJ sector when that's available to me? And that's the current market environment that we're trading in. So we'll continue to check back in. Again, the MJ sector is not dead. There will be an MJ sector from here on out. It is just very badly wounded. Very badly wounded. We'll continue to check in. At some point, it may not be daily videos anymore because, again, there's not much new to update and say in these videos in this current market environment. And when we bounce and look for a daily low or high, there's going to be bears waiting there. So wishing you all the best. Remember to remain patient and calm and have extra compassion in these times of high fear and agitation. And we'll see you next week.